and today we are going to go over trending t-shirts for spring, and I can't wait to review with you some of my favorite finds recently as well as ways to decorate them. Again, I'm Kelly Walters here with the education team, and on the other side answering questions and providing links for you guys is my girl Stacy. And like I said, comment if you have any questions. I'm going to do my best to check them, and then Stacy's going to be checking as well. If for some reason we miss something, definitely just kind of give us a little notification, and we will get those answered. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump into this and not waste any time. We're going to go over 5 styles today. Now, we are going to have a little bonus at the end of the 5th, but for the most part, we're going to talk about spring t-shirt trends. I know I'm really excited about this. I'm very passionate about t-shirts, especially ones that are a little more unique than what we see as the normal, you know, just 50-50 cotton tee or cotton poly tee. We are going to heat apply 2 just so you can see how easy it is to create a look. And I will also make sure that you guys have as much of a breakdown of information on these items, where we source them from, and the style number. And then Stacy will also pop those in the comments to make sure I am in the right spot. Let me get to the chat section really quick. Hello, everybody. I am so excited to see you. Thank you so much for posting your location. You guys know I absolutely love that. So let's go ahead and jump in. So I keep saying so. First and foremost, you guys, cropped tees, they're not going anywhere. I know they're not for every body and not every body type. However, you're going to see different lengths, different finishes, and different styles. This one I absolutely love. Okay, so this is the boxy tee. Now, this is the exact name on it is it's District Women's VI-T as in Tom, boxy tee DT 6402. This one is sourced from Sanmar, and it was like $349, so very, very affordable. Reason why we love this: it's a little bit longer of a length when it comes to a crop. So I wouldn't really call this a crop, but I would call this what we were wearing, I don't know, early 2000s, because this is going to hit right at the pant. So for women that are looking for something a little trendier, but don't want just a regular t-shirt, this is a great solution. You have the standard muted colors with this. This one is called, I believe, Dusty Mauve. Stacy, correct me on that if it's not the color. This is the one I did not write down. Oh, Dusty Peach. I did, just in the wrong section. Now, the other reason why I love it is because you have that longer sleeve. So not only do you have a boxier fit, you have a longer sleeve and a slightly longer torso, which makes it perfect for a lot of people that don't necessarily want a true crop. Now, I'll tell you, I cannot express how much I love, this is Cad-Cut Chroma on this shirt. Now, if you haven't used chroma before, it is an iridescent type of material. It does have a blue shift color, but if you take a picture of this in one color or in one style of light and then in another, it's going to look like 2 completely different logos. Now, due to my camera, I don't know if I'm going to be able to show you this little kind of sparkle effect that it has. Let's see. Okay, give me a second. We're going to try and make this. Okay, there we go. So it has a little bit of a sparkle to it, and it just adds, you know, a little bit more to making this just a really, really unique material. It has no stretch and rebound. So it is more of a restrictive material, but that's why it's perfect on those really relaxed garments, not something that is fitted. So this is really geared more towards your boutique, your retail. If you do online t-shirts, graphic tees, this is where this style of shirt really comes in nicely. Now, I always like to provide a couple of different ways to decorate something like this. If you're wanting a full color logo, then I would recommend Ultra Color Soft from Transfer Express. It's a very, very lightweight, has great movement, but you can get full color and still create cavities, so giving you even more breathability within that logo. Glitter flake would be perfect, metallic, and of course, just any other Cad-Cut t-shirt material we have, such as like Premium Plus or Ultra Weed. Now, if you want to take it to another level, go with Goof Proof from Transfer Express and really just stress the heck out of it. So again, just rant and rave over this as we were creating it and sending it to Stacy. I was just fangirling really hard over this style. Now, let's see. I'm checking comments because more and more are popping up. Okay. Stace, I haven't seen it. Can you plug in Cad-Cut Chroma Bling for me? I might be behind on what I'm seeing chat-wise. Okay, so again, this is the boxy tee from Sanmar, and this is our Cad-Cut Chroma Bling. And it's just, I just love it. All right, up next, I am going to show you a decoration method that has not launched yet. It will be launching towards the end of the month. So just keep in mind, you cannot go get it, this exact material, right this moment. You have seen characteristics of the material, but you have not seen the capabilities of what it can do. Up next, this is our bouncer tee. Now, this is Blue Iris. This is the color. And it is a Port & Company bouncer tee. It's item PC600. And again, this is also from Sanmar. Now, this is a new style of t-shirt that we are starting to see more and more. The lightweight, vintage wash, super thin, it's not going anywhere. However, this is going to be a new competitive option. It does have an inch longer in the torso. So when you think of bouncer, I think of more of a rigid style shirt. And even though this is 6 ounces and it's a ring spun cotton, you guys, it still has a very, very soft and smooth overall hand to it. Normally, I think of a heavier weight t-shirt as rigid, crunchy, definitely more negative terms to it. And this is not that way. It's going to have a very, very smooth surface. So if you're using a thin heat transfer vinyl, you're not going to see ridges in the shirt. If anything, it would feel like that vinyl is more into the shirt because of how thick this is. Plus, these are tearaway labels. So what that means is if you're using our tag-along platen or you are labeling your own shirts, then you can just rip that out, insert your label, and then move about your day. As I said, it does have a longer torso, definitely more of a relaxed fit. This is a size medium. And I personally can go between a small and a medium in several of the Bella Canvas shirts. This would be way too big for me in this style. Okay, so the material that we used is our new Cad Color Soft Foam. And for those of you that don't know what Cad Color is, it is our printable media. So that means that you can print on soft foam. So Cad Color Soft Foam will be releasing very soon. And if you have a print cut system, then you can order that material and then create your designs in-house. Now, This one is our Cad-Cut soft foam, it's our Cad-Cut patterns selecting soft foam. Now this pattern we used, wow, terrible angle here, is Real Tree. Now specifically, I believe it was, what do we say, Crosswave 3. But the reason why I love it is because it has shades of mint green. It has this really beautiful like neon yellow. And then again, this blue iris, shades of purple, royal blue. So we did kind of go with more of a tonal effect on this. And it really kind of hits more of that streetwear vibe. You see neons, you see bright colors, you see different colors blocked together. And this bouncer tee really hits that streetwear category, but you could easily do more boutique and retail with this as well, and even event merchandising if needed. This is just one of those really, really nice, somebody's gonna have this t-shirt for a long time. To give you an idea, it's $221 in cost. Now, another way that you could decorate this would be with thermofilm, high vis color reflect, and ultra weed. Now, I want to try and show you the thickness of this as much as possible, but it's going to be a little difficult on the shirt. You still can see a little bit of the white foam from where it was printed on, but I think that's just one added characteristic that I love about the CAD color patterns in soft foam. You can go online and order Cad-Cut soft foam now, and then you'll be able to order CAD color soft foam, and then eventually it will be in patterns towards the end of the month. So get excited for this one. You can order the Real Tree in glitter flake, express print. You can do all of that now if you're really eager to get a hold of that pattern. Okay. Up next, we have our muscle tank in deep heather, and we are actually going to decorate this one together. Now, what we love about this is very retail inspired. I would say most of our pieces are retail and boutique inspired. However, it doesn't mean that you can't use those pieces for corporate spirit wear, or even the blue collar side of the world. This bouncer tee, it's durable and it's soft, so this would be a really good avenue for blue collar as well. Now, back to our muscle tee. You do have pinned rolled sleeves. They are finished, so if they unfold, then you don't worry about seeing this seam that is on the inside of the garment. This is very, very movable. You do have that high-low style, which I think is excellent, especially with how popular leggings and athleisure wear is right now. To give you a little bit more information, this is 3.7, so it's almost half the weight of this bouncer tee. Now, with that, the true name of this is the Bella Canvas Women's Flowy Rolled Cuff Muscle Tee 8804. And this one was sourced from S&S. Really quick. Oh, there we go. Okay. Sorry, guys. There's got to be a delay in comments, so I'm going to backtrack for just a quick second. Okay. Yeah, questions. There was a question about patterns, and yes, there are always more and more patterns that are getting released. So you can also customize a ton of patterns, which makes it even more unique. Okay, Ashanti had asked if the CAD color soft foam has a soft hand, if we can put it on black shirts. Yes, the foam is, the best way to describe it is if you were at Hobby Lobby and you went and picked some foam sheets out of the crafting section, that's how soft and smooth it is. You can also layer on top of it, creating even more dimension to it. And yes, you could put it on black shirts. Let's see. Okay, I think we are almost caught up. Wow, this was really behind, you guys. I'm so sorry that I'm just now seeing some of these comments. Okay, some of you are still tuning in, so welcome, welcome. All right, back to our deep heather teal. Now this is also what's considered a relaxed and drapey size. Sometimes with women's tees, people just don't know if you need to go up or down or what you need to do. I would say this is very true to size. If you're a small, stay with the small. If you're a medium, stay with the medium. And of course, if you just want it to be relaxed, then go with what size you think you should. Again, tear away labels so you can brand your own. Now we are going to go ahead and apply this one. Okay, I am opening up. We're going to thread like a pillowcase. Now with Premium Plus, it is 280 to 300 degrees, and with Metallic, it's at 290. We are doing this logo, so this is definitely more of an athletic inspired look. Here we've got our silver Cad-Cut Metallic mixed with our Cad-Cut Premium Plus in neon yellow. We're definitely getting some very retail vibes with this. And what I'm going to do is apply our metallic first, seeing that this is the highest point. And we're going to go ahead and pre-press our garment. Then we will just tack this one down for about 6 seconds. And then we will come in and finish up with Premium Plus. Now these can be applied at the same temperature, so that's great. We don't have to increase anything. And one is a cold peel and one is a warm peel. So we will have just a little bit of cooling down in that. So the first thing I want to do is go ahead and match up my carriers or the carriage, or go ahead and just crease the middle for me. Let's pre-press this so we can also check our temperature. Now, both of these are going to be on a medium pressure. Move that just a little bit. And I'm going to take the center that I have created, line it up here. I'm going to go about 3-4 inches down from the neckline. Sorry, I'm going to pop in front of you guys. Now, one thing I have noticed is because if you have a tearaway label, I've noticed it's not always in the middle of the shirt. So definitely try to do your best to center based off of the sleeves and then move it as needed. Now, I'll move out of the way once we actually heat apply, and I know my back is to you currently. Okay, so without measuring, we're going to hope that this is as centered as possible, because I really think this is going to turn out great. So like I said, we're going to tack this down. Now, with this shirt specifically, we were looking at doing more of a corporate but athleisure style piece, especially with people still working from home and having something that they could go to the gym in, work out from home, and still represent the company that they work for is great. Gyms are popping up more and more and more, or even something like Peloton, where they are doing their own logoed apparel this would be a great way to go after those style of markets. Now, again, you can still go very retail and boutique on this and do maybe something like a scene, like scenery, and then still really cater to a variety of people. Because of the rolled and cuff sleeves, you definitely pull more towards that retail style of shirts. Okay, this one's still pretty warm. Let's see. Now, one thing to keep in mind about metallic is the first time you hit it, you have a very, very smooth finish. It's almost due to the carrier. Once you remove the carrier, you do what's called matting down the metallic. I say it's more of a brushed look. You know, if you were to look at, here, perfect example, metal, it's no longer shiny, it's still metallic, but it definitely gives you more of that brushed style vibe. That's what's going to happen in this case. And then up next, we are going to use, bear with me, this Premium Plus Neon Yellow. This is very, very bright. Like I said earlier about the bouncer tee, neons are still very much in and they are not going anywhere. Now, I'm still going to find the center on this, but because we do have a midpoint to go off of, especially another word, it's going to be just a little bit easier to line it up. Now, this is Premium Plus High Tack, and what that means is you definitely have a tackier carrier. There is a Premium Plus Low Tack as well, and it's great for names and numbers. One reason why you would use high tack over low tack is simply for reading purposes. If you're doing a lot of high detail, that's where Premium Plus High Tack comes into play. And if you're doing very, very minimum detail like names or numbers, you know, that reading process is going to be much easier with the low tack. Now, just to show you what this is going to look like, I'm pulling it off. So I did go just a little bit lower on the shirt than what I wanted to, but this is still going to turn out great. I definitely had this pulled way too far off. Okay, so this is going to finish for 8 to 10 seconds. Right now I've got it at 9 just to go ahead and meet in the middle. Now, one thing to also keep in mind is you can layer Premium Plus on top of each other, but you cannot layer metallic on top of each other. So this is what it turned out. And you can kind of see that brushed, let's see. There we go. You can see that brushed effect on that metallic now. Messing with my camera so you guys can see up close as best as possible. So this is one that you could even take away a logo. You could put your company logo. Another way to really spice up this shirt is do something along the back shoulder, the back neck, or even you could get fancy and do something going down the seam or even on the bottom. Okay, up next, we have our hoodie tank. We're seeing more and more of these for both men and women. This one is specifically a women's style, and it is a new era ladies heritage blend hoodie tank. I don't think there could be any more descriptive words in that. And this is color Shadow Gray Heather. The style number on that is LNEA106, and this one was $7.99. Now we're getting really fun and different, unique with this. We are going to be doing several patches along the pocket line, and I'm going to use a variety. Now I am going to set this up. Let's see. Actually, I'm going to do it this way. In this particular case, I'm going to drape it over this way so I can stay to the side and you guys can see how I'm going to work this. So with that, it's 4.4 ounces. It is a 60-40. And there's 12 draw cords with black knuckle grommets, and then of course that front pouch. We're gonna highlight that front pouch. We're not gonna do anything over the center. Stacey, I'm still not seeing any comments.
You're all good, Kelly. There's nothing new.
Great, I'm like, I don't wanna miss anything. Okay, so these are CAD prints, perma-twill little patches. Now, these are anywhere from 1 inch to 1.5 inches. We've got a coffee cup. Here, I'm going to try. So we've got this little coffee cup. You can tell that it is twill. We've got a rainbow. We're going to use lipstick. And this is actually a little bit more vibrant of a red than what it is showing in on my screen. We've got lips, and we're going to use several of those. And then we also have diamonds. Now, I want you guys to keep in mind with CAD prints perma-twill, there is a $25 minimum with that. So the smaller you go, the more pieces you have to order. However, if you are in that boutique side of things, or even if you wanted to turn these into sports balls, so football, baseball, basketball, soccer ball, golf, you get the point on that. Sorry, I'm dropping my pieces. Then those are things that you could have stashed and stored, and you've already paid for them one time, but as you go to fulfill other orders, now you're only making money versus having to pay for more and more pieces. So with that, I wanted to give you an idea on how much those would cost. If they're less than 20 square inches, you would be looking at about 20 to 17 cents per one of these little guys. Now, I have that in there based on quantity. Keep in mind that is a roundabout answer, that is not exact. So if you are looking at doing something like this, definitely reach out to us, and then we can just make sure we get you on the right sizes and kind of help develop a plan if that's something that you wanted to do. Now, I am going to use my thermo tape for this because I'm going to do as many as possible in one hit. So I am using a printing pillow. My light's making it really, really bright. We've got a lot of seams on this, so that's going to cause some obstruction, and we want to make sure that our heating element is getting the flattest surface possible. So we're going to put the printing pillow in there, and then these seams are going to collapse into the pillow. We've got, seam, we've got a bottom seam, we've got a top seam, we've got the side pocket seams. There's a lot. Now I am going to scatter these all over. And since I'm going to pull towards the left, I'm going to move my pillow just a little bit. I may not need to use my tape, but just in case anything is going to move, then I want to make sure that it's where it needs to be. These are great for you to really accessorize on backpacks, denim jackets. You can just do so much with these things. I know it can kind of seem like you're doing a lot of units up front, but at the end of the day, it is going to help you just generate more ideas. And the beautiful thing about these is they store great. Let's see, I think I got a lot of lips on here. Okay, so I'm actually going to put this one on another part of the shirt just to kind of tie it all together. Now you do need a cover sheet for this. Because these are sublimated twill, there are tendencies for the ink to lift on a cover sheet. So if you are using CAD prints, perma-twill, or anything sublimated, always use a cover sheet. That way you're protecting not only your heating element, but any future garments that you might be doing as well. Now, the temperature for this, let's see, is 300 degrees for 20 seconds. Now, I did go ahead and pre-press this garment prior to going live with you guys, just to make sure I was using the correct pillow. You'll also need to adjust your pressure because you do have a little bit more added to the pillow as well. Now, something like this with that, you know, the sleeveless hoodie, again, you could turn that into more of an athleisure. If the corporate world is doing anything outside, especially to get people together. Spring is coming, and this is just perfect. So you can see I've got a little bit of transfer on the color. So this is what it looks like once it's completed. Now, with something like this, you could definitely go larger. One of the inspirations we really loved was doing a travel tank like this and doing a bunch of different patches from where someone travels. Then you could even put a name right here. You could do something fun like bride and then patch up the back. So this is really, really fun. It's a different and unique style, but it is definitely trending in terms of retail. If you search patches on Google or denim jackets, you will see something like this all over the internet. This is just a really easy and more affordable way than denim jackets, but you can customize the size, make things bigger, make things smaller, or just take it and go another route and use glitter flake. Our CAD prints glitter would be beautiful as well. Okay, so we were talking that there was going to be a bonus item, and it is part of the fifth one, and it is a polo. I know it's not a t-shirt, but it is a short sleeve, and it still hits a variety of markets. Specifically this because of the brand. According to SNS, Adidas is one of the #1 golf brands right now. So this also gives you a brand name. It gives you a very, very popular style with the color blocking. And the really cool thing is there's a couple of other textures on this. So you have this, which feels a little like screen print. It's a little rough, but that just gives you, I feel like, more and more to play with in terms of logo options. On the left sleeve, you definitely have that dimensional product. Now, what falls into this category would be something like our flex style. Oh my gosh. So there is a flex style flat, and that is almost a perfect match to this. So if your customer likes to match up the logo that's currently on the garment, flex style flat would be perfect because you've got this really, really smooth logo, but it does have some dimension. Going back to the soft foam, you could do the navy Cad-Cut soft foam because you are going to get dimension. You just can't really see it, but I can tell you it's there. Or the logo that we chose to do today is the this is Ultra Color Stretch. Now, if you are familiar with Ultra Color Soft, it's the same feel pretty much the same material, exact same capabilities. However, stretch allows you to add a dye blocker, and it also works for nylon. So if you are looking to combine a variety of products, some have a heathered texture pattern in the woven in the garment, you would want to use stretcher with a blocker. This is extremely thin and extremely soft. So it's just a beautiful hand when it comes to creating full color designs. Now, to give you an idea, a logo like this at this size, this is considered an extra small. You're at 3 1/4 by 2 1/2. It would only be $2.75 to create a full color design for your customer. Now, on this specifically, you could use silicone dye block, the soft foam, you could do ultra weed. Options just really open up when it comes to this. You're hitting that retail brand. And then, of course, this type of polo could be used in sports. It could be used in the school market, the corporate world, blue collar. This is something that would be very easy to duplicate for a variety of customers. Okay, so before we do another little surprise garment, do you guys have any questions in terms of application or products that were used? I know I've given a lot of information in a matter of 37 minutes.
Hey, Kelly.
Yeah.
We did get a good question that just came in.
Sure.
I feel like we've had this question before. Art was wondering, are there any trademark issues putting corporate logos or names on an Adidas shirt without a license agreement with Adidas?
No. So if you can order it wholesale and it can be shipped to you without a preferred or recommended decorator, then you can logo it. So a good example would be North Face, Patagonia, specifically North Face from Sanmar. They have preferred decorators that you must ship that garment to because there's guidelines that they have to follow. I believe it also has to do with maybe a quality control, making sure that it's in the right location, right size. Adidas, no. But North Face, a couple of other more, I don't want to say more elevated because all of these products can definitely get pricey, but definitely in the North Face and Patagonia, I know for sure are there's specific decorators that you must go through. So even though you're a decorator, it doesn't mean that you can fulfill it even though you have the capabilities to do so. What else? That was a great question.
Yeah, that was a good question. I think everything else has been answered up until this point, but if you guys have any more questions, please send them in.
Yeah, okay. So one we did not touch on because it's very difficult to do live is bleach tees. Have you guys I'm really curious on this because it's definitely a specific market and a specific request from customers. Have you had requests for bleach tees, or is your niche more of that, that custom t-shirt where maybe you're doing 1 to 5 max? So while you're answering that question, because I would love to know from an education standpoint and just to see what you guys are seeing from where you reside. I see them everywhere, especially on Facebook, and maybe it's because I'm a part of several groups, but I see more and more also trending on Instagram and coming in through that retail, that acid wash style of shirt. So specifically, one I'm going to show you is this is a Gildan soft style. It is a 65 poly and 35% cotton. Higher the poly, the better because of sublimation and for bleaching. I know these styles specifically work. I've used a couple. Here's another one just to give you an idea. This one I absolutely love to pieces because this is our Cad-Cut Soft Flock, and it has definitely been hit with bleach as well, and it creates more of that acid wash versus bleaching, simply because you get tones of the, you know, like that rust color that you see when it comes to typically an acid look. The other thing is this is our Cad-Cut Metallic. Let me zoom in. So you get the really fun bleaching. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit more. There we go. You get the really fun bleaching look, and then you get that kind of metal look. That's still pretty blurry. There we go. The brush look on that Cad-Cut Metallic. So this one definitely takes more time. It's more detail. There's a lot of people that I know that do these in mass production because you sublimate however you want, and then you would go in and bleach all at once, or just lay them out and then go, or you could bleach and then apply the logo for whatever your customer wanted. But this one, so fun to do. Now, both of these styles, the art was applied first and then we bleached. So you didn't see any of the bleach harming the metallic, but you did see some change on the black. I had bleached several other soft flock colors, and there were a couple that changed, but not drastically. The black just really reacted to it. Now, this one specifically is using our glitter flake, and I just picked the rose gold, which really paired well with this mauve. And then, of course, sprayed bleach once we were done applying, so I knew exactly where I wanted to go. If you're going to play with bleach, do it in the best ventilated area as possible. If you can, do it in the sunlight, because the sun helps turn the bleach on the garment much quicker. And a little goes a long way. So as I was doing my own testing for Stahls, I noticed this was one of the first ones that I did, and I used way too much bleach. And you can see I brought it down to the bottom. And yes, it can get on the back if you happen to oversaturate, but this is just the trend that we're seeing. So let's see. Okay, you guys, that is it in terms of going over new t-shirt styles, especially for spring, what we're seeing in the market in terms of decoration, how to decorate. So, you know, definitely ask any questions. We're here to make sure and get those answered for you. And I'll see if I have anything else. I think that's pretty much it. I've got a couple of other bleach tees, but I think this is just the biggest. Again, on that CAD color patterns and soft foam, keep in mind that's not going to be available till around the end of the month, but a CAD color soft foam should be available in about a week or two. So you can definitely get a jump start on that and then just create those patterns yourself if you have a print cut system. So, Stace, are you seeing any other questions? I don't know how quickly you're seeing them compared to me.
The only other question that I just saw, Rebecca wanted to know, can you use a sun lamp for the bleaching process? I don't know too much about that.
Because you can use a sun lamp for plants, I would probably say so. I'll say the day that I started to do the bleaching series, which if you guys do want to see that broken down, there are 2 videos on YouTube in our Stahls channel where I show you what I'm doing. I ended up having to use a blow dryer. So I'm assuming that has something to do with the heat reaction. I would give it a go. I think a sun lamp would be awesome because you could use a variety of those. And especially, I'm thinking like maybe the further away, the more you could hit. But I say try it if you're willing to try it, because I had definitely tried a ring light and that did not work. So that one does not work. What else?
And it looks like we have an equipment question that just came in. Somebody wants to know what you prefer, which is best, Graphtec, the CE 7000 Plus, or the Roland GS24?
So I have a GS24. It is tucked away at the moment, but I have not personally played with the Graphtec. I've heard amazing things. I started out learning how to cut on a Graphtec with Stahls. I really, really like a Graphtec, but I find them both fairly easy to use. It's just how the button system is. I think if somebody were to go, do you want a Graphtec or a Roland right now, I would go with the Graphtec, just because I know that there's some new features with that one that the GS24 does not offer.
Sounds good. Perfect. I think we have everything answered. If anybody in the chat box has suggestions for future webinar ideas or things they want to see, please comment in. We love to hear feedback.
Oh, I'm scrolling now. Did you have another one?
Nope, we're good.
Perfect. Okay, guys, thank you so much for tuning in today's webinar. Like I always say, if you have questions, you know, you can always reach out to Stahls customer service. You can reach out to myself, Kelly.Walters@stahls.com. We will be live tomorrow on Facebook and YouTube. So if something pops in your head, feel free to chat us when we are live on then. So you guys have a wonderful rest of the week, and thanks for tuning in. Bye.